Hello everyone, my name is Natalie and welcome to or back to my channel. So I have previously given you 25 facts about me, but now I figured I'd give you 25 bookish facts about me. Sorry, the bin men are here and they're distracting me. I own over 500 books. Yeah, in my opinion it's too many and I need to sort through them all and see if there's any I can unhaul. I used to work in the library service, so I worked as an apprentice librarian. I would read a lot more if my reading time wasn't taken up by reading so much fan fiction and also lately by TikTok. I never DNF books. That's not because I don't want to, but it's more because I can't. I'm always thinking, oh god, but what if it gets better? Oh, what's going to happen? Basically, I am too nosy to DNF books because I want to see how it ends. Whenever I read, I usually put on an ambience playlist on YouTube or I put on a playlist from Alex Rainbird Music. I will leave a link to their YouTube channel down below. Now, normally I don't drink hot drinks when reading because I have had several experiences where I have got so invested and so into the book, I forget the drink's even there, and by the time I come around to drinking it, it has gone cold. Whenever I read a hardback book, I have to take the dust jacket off. It just doesn't work for me personally. I think it just gets in the way. But on saying that, when I was a kid, I hated dust jackets so much. I would take the dust jacket off a book and then throw it away. I wouldn't even keep it. I would full on throw it in the bin, and I am horrified at that now. Now, I absolutely love listening to audiobooks, but I am very particular about the narration, so normally I have to listen to a sample before I full on buy it, because with audiobooks, the narrator is so important. You can't be slacking. My granddad was the first person to ever take me into a library, and it's a memory I hold dear. I just want to state, my granddad's still alive, but it's a memory I treasure. I read wherever and whenever I can. Insert Shakira song here, I guess. Now, I read multiple books at once and I normally have a minimum of 2 books on the go. These can be physical books, these can be a physical and an audio book. As long as they're different genres, then I can keep the plots straight in my head, no problem. I went through a stage when I was younger of reading books. Apparently I had very weird reading habits when I was younger because I would read a book and then get rid of it. Even if I loved the book, I wouldn't keep it. I'd just get rid. Now, I absolutely love rereading books, and in fact I am an advocate for rereading your favourite book, because rereading a favourite book is like rewatching a favourite movie. It brings you comfort, it brings you joy, you know what's going to happen, and refollowing those characters are amazing. Now, I hate it when real people are on the covers of books. The only exception to this is if they're drawn. I can read scary books but not watch scary movies personally, because I find it's a lot easier for me to control my imagination and what I'm seeing rather than what someone else who's made the movie is now forcing me to see. My favourite book as a child was Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, so much so that I basically grew up in the English countryside, and whenever we'd go on country walks, I have a memory of me being about 6 and me trying to shove myself down a rabbit hole. Now, I thought this was a rabbit hole. It could have very well been a freaking fox down for all I know. But all I remember is trying to shove myself in and my mum going, "Natalie, no!" and coming and grabbing me out. Now, I prefer reading paperbacks to hardbacks. I'm a very little person. I have little hands and they're just too heavy for me. It makes me sound like a weakling, but I am. But I prefer the look of hardbacks. At this point, I know how many books I own, like roughly 500, just over 500. I have no idea how many books I have not read yet, and I don't want to know. That's a number that can remain a mystery to me. Going to the library and picking out books is one of my favourite things, just strolling through the shelves, looking at their selection, and honestly in the pandemic that is something I missed so much, and I'm so happy I now get to do it again. Despite how much I love books, and actually not even just books, love like TV shows and get really invested and almost obsessive with characters and certain like books and TV shows, I own very little fandom merch, and that's something I'm gonna have to rectify, because now that I'm in more of my own place, I want to fill it with things I love, and fandom merch and stuff like that, especially if like fandom clothing, that is something I don't think I own anything of, and I want to own it. I want to own stuff. Now, I have rediscovered reading 4 times in my life, and I'll probably talk about that in a different video. Now, even though I love the feeling of buying a brand new book and opening it and seeing its pristine like white pages, and you know, where it's completely flat and it's completely new, I do prefer buying books secondhand, because I just love that somebody else has already read this story, and if you're lucky, like I've been a couple of times, you will find like comments and annotations that other people have made, and that is just so much fun for me personally. The person who made the notes would probably be mortified, but I'm enjoying it. Now, I have a fair few signed books from like getting them early from bookshops and various book subscriptions, but I've actually only got 2 books actually that I have met people, they have physically signed it and dedicated it to me. And the very last fact is I am slowly converting my teenage brother into a reader, which, if that happens and he fully loves reading, will be my greatest accomplishment ever. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, then please give this video a like, subscribe if this seems like content you will enjoy, and in the comment section down below let me know a bookish fact about you. And I will see you in another one very soon. Bye!